Game number 1 now of a best of 1. Nimbus is going to be the map, and these two players have spawned in the horizontal positions. I'm Madals, of course, and spawning up in the top left-hand position, we've got the red Zerg player representing Carnage. It's Namshar. And his opponent up to the top right, the blue Protoss representing RB Pro. It is SpaceMarine. These two are both Grandmaster players, top 200 in Europe, etc, etc. So they're very good. It's around a 64 game, which I believe I briefly mentioned. This particular round of 64 seems to have been falling behind. Most people have already finished their round of 32 games. So it's just creeping on by, creeping on through, looking all nice and good. But yeah, winner of this goes on to face against Botvinnik in the round of 32. Some people are already in the round of 16, so as per usual, the brackets have got slightly out of line, but hey, that's absolutely fine. Now, in terms of openings, we've got a gateway first, which is to be expected. Namshar should also go... Is he going to go hatch first? Okay, so he is. May go hatch pool here. And some of you may be wondering, why is he coming down and why is he taking his third base before his natural? And the reason being is he wants creep spread here. The natural base is insanely easy to hold on Nimbus, so getting that third up first, getting that creep spread there is going to be more beneficial. May even see Namshar gunning towards a hatch pool style play, because it's quite likely that he'll be playing against a gateway expand, so quite a nice little safe way to go with that. Now we see SpaceMarine already coming up. He's going to go and take a little peek. Going to be hoping to see if it's going to be hatch pool, but doesn't see that. Needs to come back down because this was a gas into a pool opening. So, just slight differences here, nothing too crazy going on. A little bit of harassment coming down now from this probe, trying to be irritating where possible. SpaceMarine behind this has taken his natural base, grabbing up a gas. Namshar should know that it is going to be a quick nexus because of the timing of the gas and that cybernetics core being quite late, so won't really get caught off guard by any of this. Meanwhile, natural base for Namshar is now nearly finished. He's also up to 60 gas. I'm going to be interested to see if he does pull drones out after this, because if he does, it'll be interesting to see when he goes for it. Wait in. There's 100 gas. He's still... Okay, no, he is going to pull them out. Just keeping no drones in. Okay, just a little bit over. There's speed. A couple of lings coming on through. Where are they rallied to? Where art thou rallied to? Okay, I have no idea where they're rallied to. Just out there. Still waiting to see where these two go. Namshar just continuing to drone, but no third base yet. Meanwhile, SpaceMarine, he's got one Zealot. Also busy corner boosting our probes. He's got a Stalk on its way as well. Two lings are not going to be able to deal with one Zealot, but they will be able to sneak on past, getting a bit of scouting information. See, there's just the one gas at the moment. Coming to check the timing of this natural. Maybe able to get a probe. This poor ling won't now get away. Stalker doing everything that it can. Takes it down. Very irritating. Anyway, still no third base coming down from Namshar. He hasn't put any more drones in gas, but he is getting quite a few speedlings out. So he's going to be trying to crush this little move in as best he can. Going to be trying to get as much damage down as possible. Still the Stalker edging on forward, waddling about. He's now waiting. Nice surround actually comes down on that Stalker. Immediately takes out the Zealot. Is going to try and back away, but getting that Stalker is actually quite a nice little win there. Nothing actually to complete this wall off, so an emergency additional gate is going to have to get made. The Zealot able to hide himself. Bit cowardly, but it keeps him alive. Up come the lings now. Warp Gate Tech has just finished in. This Mothership core not with enough energy to be able to trigger the Photon Overcharge. Lings able to break them through. They're going to be heading to try and get a little bit of damage down. It's only a handful of Zerglings, but already causing a bit of a problem. Probe's taking a fair bit of damage. Personally getting picked off now. These things actually racking up quite a few worker kills already. This is also wasting mining time. They will all get cleaned up, but 8 worker kills does put Namshar up by 9. He's getting down to Spine Crawler. He's also adding in his Rotron and Lair, adding in more lings, and that's because he's seen all these gateways. He's like, oh, okay, I know what you're doing now. You're going up to what is 6 gates relatively quickly off of these 2 bases, you're going to be trying to apply some pressure against me. Unfortunately, a pylon has managed to sneak into the edge of the base that Namshar doesn't actually know about at the moment, so he's coming across the map with a lot of stuff, and he's about to have a bit of a bad time at home. His third is going to take a lot of damage. He suddenly sees a lot of units up here, and he's going to be unhappy that he didn't check. Coming back with the lings, though, getting out some roaches too. I have to cancel this third, but the position of this pylon is going to be a right nuisance to actually try and stop. Waiting for those roaches to come on through. Positioning is really going to be key now. SpaceMarine, little bit supply block, so he's chrono boosting these gateways, but until that pylon's finished, he's not going to be able to do anything with them. Moving down the ramp, though. A few more roaches coming on through. Good surround with these lings. The sentries are going to get focused. That's already most of the sentries taken out. Good control by Namshar. SpaceMarine losing substantial amounts of units. The sentries all down. That was a devastating loss for us. Not expecting those lings to be able to get the wrap around the Queen. Now going to be working against that mothership core. The pylon going to get quickly dispatched. All in all, Namshar is going to be able to hold that nicely. His drone count is not particularly high, and he is still on 2 bases, but he just dealt a devastating amount of damage to his opponent. He's trying to take a third. This will now become his 4th if he does decide to go for it. Whereas SpaceMarine lost what was 5 sentries, 6 zealots, a stalker, and 9 probes so far this game. That overseer dropping a changeling. He's going to be able to see that there's a robotic facility there. Otherwise, Mothership Core still being quite brave, actually. Some creep spread just going to allow this Queen to try and force it a little further back. The Overseer escaping away to safety. Third for Namshar, nearly down. Namshar only now just adding in his 4th gas. And the Hydralisk then, of course, the lair was finished earlier. So they're going to be going for a Roach Hydra style composition, which is very normal. This Mothership Core still being very brave. Creep spread, making good progress. What else have we got? Immortal coming on through. This Immortal is not going to be out in time to really hit before there's going to be a lot of Hydralisks, so limited in its ability to do anything. Hydra's very strong against Immortals because they've got a very high damage per second and a very high rate of fire, so the hardened shield of Immortals not particularly useful against them. Really nothing in the Protoss army is particularly useful against Hydralisks until you get Colossus, so I'm glad to see Space Marine going up into a robotics bay. That'll have a bit of a bad time. Nice control by Namshar as well, just pulling back the damage link, making sure that it doesn't die off. The Overseer coming back on through. We'll see the robotics bay, and that says, okay, Colossus are going to be coming. Are we going to see Namshar trying to hit before then? Well, he's just started up a 4th. He's adding in the infestation pit, so maybe going up looking for some Vipers, get those abducts down on the Colossus when they're eventually there. That'll be fine. Otherwise, yeah, these two looking pretty comfortable. Namshar definitely in his flow now. In the zone, ready to just max on out. His roaches and his Hydralisks. Being very active out on the map. He's up at that 66 drone mark. Adding in a few more. Adding the +1 missile attack. Doesn't really want to allow this third to become a thing. I think he's just outright going to stop that if he moved over there now. Especially with the Hydralisks. Not a single Colossus. Yeah, cancel force. 2 pylons. All for free. Meanwhile, that is still just a hallucinated Phoenix making the minimap flash lock. It's making me panic. But a quick little scout did come down. Sees the fact that there's the infestation pit, but that shouldn't really come as a surprise. And just a GG straight there. Okay. Nothing actually happened. I think it was just that his opponent sees it's 4 bases to 2 and that the Hive tech's already coming. So, yeah, GG. Namshar is going to be able to win the game and advance on to face Plantonics.